Hey Apple fans, Apple sheep, and anyone else out there watching, Richard here with another episode of iTalk. And in this one, we're talking the new Mac Pro. And if you stick around to the end of this video, we're going to show you how to buy a new Mac Studio and get Apple Care for $1. And it's all coming up right after the intro. All right, we're back. First up, guys, let's go to the latest rumors about the much anticipated Mac Pro, which, remember, rounds out Apple's transition from Intel to its own Apple Silicon, which so far has been nothing short of mind-bendingly spectacular. All right, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman reported on April 14th that Apple is testing a successor to the M1 Ultra, codenamed J180. There's no reports yet on what this is going to be called, but thinking along the lines of the current Apple Silicon names, it could be something like M1 Ultra Plus, or even more in line with the current naming, M1 Ultra Max or M1 Max Ultra. Or it could be something totally different like M1 Platinum. Who knows? So, in March, Ming-Chi Kuo allegedly tweeted the new Mac Pro won't ship until early 2023. I say allegedly because the account purporting to be Kuo's has not been verified. Given the fact that the announcement of the Mac Pro is expected in June at WWDC or at a special event in late spring or early summer, it seems to me that Apple wouldn't announce the Mac Pro in June and wait until 2023 to ship. But who knows what they're thinking at Apple sometimes. Okay, moving on to design. Will it be a whole new exterior design, maybe something like this? Reminiscent of the Mac G4 Cube. Personally, I kind of like the idea of the nostalgic look with a modernized twist. And with the massively improved performance per watt, I feel like the cheese grater design is really probably unnecessary and maybe even obsolete at this point, since much of that design is for thermals. What about Apple Silicon for the Mac Pro? Well, based on the M1 Ultra with a 20-core CPU, up to 64 gig GPU, and 128 gigs of unified memory, or RAM, I would expect the Mac Pro to have a 40-core CPU with the GPU configurable to 128 gigs and unified memory of up to 512 gigs or even more. The big question is whether it will be cast on a single quad die or two separate dual dies, basically two M1 Ultras shoved in the Mac Pro. You know, I would really hope and maybe even expect a quad design on a single die, especially given the Ultra Fusion technology Apple touted, since the single die design would retain the super low latency, high bandwidth, great thermals, and incredible performance per watt of the Ultra Fusion technology. And if so, could you configure it with two or more of these 40-core dies? All right, moving on to connectivity. So what do I expect for connectivity? Well, for what this thing is going to cost, I would expect all the Type-C ports to be Thunderbolt 4 and have at least 4, if not 5 or 6. At least 2 USB-A ports, 1 to 2 HDMI ports, and the headphone jack supporting high-impedance headphones, and a 10 gig Ethernet port. Finally, I would definitely want 2 SD card slots and I would absolutely expect the HDMI port or ports to be 2.1 and not 2.0, and the SD card slot or slots had better be UHS 3 and not UHS 2 for what the Mac Pro is going to cost. So speaking of cost, given that the Mac Studio starts at $2,000 with M1 Max, $4,000 with M1 Ultra, I would expect the Mac Pro with M1 Ultra Max, or whatever they're going to call it, to start at probably around $6,000 and go up, and way up from there. Finally, there's rumor of a 7K Pro Display Xdr. No other real information or leaks out there, except there are talks of it being either a 32 or a 36-inch display. The larger one would be the easiest to do, since Apple could still use the same pixel density in a 36-inch model to get to 7K. But if they try to make a 7K display resolution on a 32-inch model, they're going to have to increase the pixel density by quite a bit. Now, as promised, since you stuck around to the end, we're going to show you how to buy a Mac Studio and get 2 years of Apple Care for just $1. All right, as promised, we are going to show you how to buy the Mac Studio and get AppleCare for 2 years for just $1. That's normally $169, so you're basically saving $168 for 2 years of AppleCare. And this is only available through Apple Insider's website, so you have to go to this article. Its title is Apple's $19.99 Mac Studio is in stock now. Add AppleCare for $1. Now, this will work with any Mac Studio. So you can configure it any way you want. It doesn't have to be the entry-level $19.99 model. It'll work for any Mac Studio. It is for a limited time only, and the limited time is not defined, so I have no idea when it ends. But you scroll down to about halfway down the article and click this activation link. The other thing I want to point out real quick is through Adorama, if you order a Mac Studio, you can save 5% if you use their credit card, the Adorama Edge card. So let's go back up here and click on the activation link. You also, before I do that, you also in the promo code box, you have to put AP Insider. So let's go to the activation link. Okay. And you can see there's a bunch in here. I actually already did it with the $35.99 model and it worked too, so, but we'll just go with the entry-level model. Add it to your cart and add AppleCare and go to checkout. And you have to fill in your information and then scroll down to do you have a gift card or promo card, and this is the coupon code, so you don't want to use the gift card code, you want to use this one, the coupon code. Put in AP Insider, and it's not case sensitive, so you can just type it in lowercase. And apply, and there's $168. And when you go to checkout, where's checkout? Aha, ooh, place order. I don't want to do that. I don't want to order one.
Great, get that on camera.
I don't want to order one. Okay. Let's see. All right, it doesn't look like it's going to apply it until I place the order, and I'm not going to do that. So, but right there you see it has the promo code right there, $168. So you'll get AppleCare for 2 years for $1. And again, through Adorama, if you use their credit card, you'll get another 5% off. At least that's the way I read it. So that's it. If you're in the market for a Mac Studio, then I would suggest you go to Apple Insider. Click on this link and you'll get AppleCare free for 2 years. Well, that about wraps this one up. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and smash the bell. It really helps out the channel. I'm Richard. This is iTalk. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next one, we are out.